Welcome back, students. Today we're going on one last adventure on our News to You packets. We're going to focus on pages 43 to 52. We need a couple school supplies, so we'll need some markers or crayons. We'll need some scissors, something to write with, and some glue. Also, you may need to look at your Greta Thunberg and Earth news article. You guys ready? Let's go. All right, students, I am on page 42, and at the top of this page it says time to the half hour. Let's write our name and start reading. This afternoon, in social studies class, I learned about laws. What time did social studies class end? Let's get a marker so you guys can see this better. Okay. So, 1:30. 1:30 p.m. This afternoon, my teacher read a newspaper article about Greta Thunberg. What time did my teacher start reading the article? 5:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. This morning, a city had a storm. What time did the storm start? Well, 7:30 a.m. because it says morning. This morning, my parents talked about climate change. What time did they start talking about climate change? 9:30 a.m. Today, a scientist studied the climate in North America. What time this morning did the scientists start studying about climate? 11:30 a.m. All right, folks, take a moment or two to look at your answers. Let's get ready to move on to page 43. Time to the quarter hour. So the second part of the time is either going to be 45 or it's going to be 15. This afternoon, a scientist gave a speech about protecting Earth. What time did the speech end? 4:45. 4:45 p.m. This afternoon, a reporter interviewed Greta Thunberg. What time did the interview start? 2:15 p.m. This morning in social studies class, my sister learned about Sweden. What time did social studies class start? 10:15 a.m. This morning, my family planted a tree to celebrate Earth Day. What time did we start planting the tree? Well, they started at 8:45 a.m. And finally, this afternoon, my brother and my mom did an experiment about weather. What time did they start doing the experiment? 4:15 p.m. 4:15 p.m. All right, folks, let's turn the page to page 44. So we're going to read the question, we're going to find the answer, and we are going to place the time on that clock, on both clocks. This morning, my mom read an article about climate change. She started reading at 6 and read for 1 hour. What time did she stop reading? Well, she started at 6 and she spent a whole hour. She finished at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. This morning, Greta Thunberg gave a speech. The speech started at 11 and lasted 30 minutes. What time did the speech end? Well, 11:30 a.m. This afternoon, my brother and I did Earth Day crafts. We started doing crafts at 2:30 and did crafts for 1 hour and 30 minutes. So let's see. 2:30 plus 1 hour is 3:30 plus 30 more minutes is 4 o'clock. (4 p.m.) This morning, my friend read a book about Sweden. My friend started reading at 1:30 and read for 1 hour and 45 minutes. What time did my friend stop reading? Well, 8:30 plus 1 hour is 9:30 plus 15 is 9:45. So 9:45 a.m. And now finally, this morning at 9:30, leaders started talking about a new law. They talked about the law for 3 hours and 45 minutes. 3 hours and 45 minutes. So, let's see, 9:30 plus 3, 45 minutes, that's going to be 1:15. 1:15 p.m. All right, guys, look at those clocks. Make your clocks look just like mine, and let's turn the page to page 45. Graphing. Count the number of symbols in each row, place that number in the last column, and then we'll answer questions about the graph. So count with me, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now let's answer some questions. Which word had the most symbols? The most symbols. Oh, that's speech. Which word had the fewest symbols? Well, let's look right here. Flood. What is the highest number? We know that speech is the highest, and it has an 8. And we also know that flood is the smallest or lowest, and it has 2. Do any words have the same number? Yes or no? No, not this time. So let's turn our page. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which word had the most symbols? We know that it is speech. Which had the fewest symbols? Flood. What was the highest number? 8. What was the lowest? 2. And do any words have the same number? No, not this time. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 5, and 8. Speech, flood, 8, 2, no. Are there more storm symbols or plain symbols? Well, there are more plain symbols. Now finally, we have a question that's not on the other pages. How many more speech symbols are there than wildflower symbols? So we have 8 speech and 5 wildflower. So 8 minus 5 is 3. If you're wondering again why these pages look the same, well, they are meant for different students in each class. So really, you should only do the one that is the easiest for you, I guess. Okay. We're going to do some graphing. Now, I have these numbers. So protect was 5, earth was 7, climate change 4, important 5, and speech was 3. So we're going to take our crayons or markers. I'm going to use crayons. And we are going to graph some numbers on this page. I'm trying to grab different colors. We'll take a blue. Okay. So how many times does protect show up? It shows up 5 times. So I'm going to color all the way to number 5. How many times does earth appear? 7 times. So I'm going to color up to 7 and make sure all the boxes are colored in as well. You've got climate change. Climate change is 4. Important is 5. Speech 3. So there we go. I'm going to put my crayons away before we move on. It's always good to keep a clean and tidy workspace. Don't drop crayons like I did. So we're going to use this page to answer some questions on this page. So on page 49, it asks, which word had the most? Well, if we look back, we know that it was earth. Let's use a marker so you guys can see this better. Earth. Which word had the least? Speech. Were any of the numbers the same? Yes, we had a 5 that was the same. Now it asks for the highest number, and the highest number was 7. And at the very bottom, it's going to ask us what our favorite word was. Well, it is where I live, planet Earth. And so finally, we are on our geography page. It says, use the map to answer questions, and this is about Sweden. What place is this page about? Is it about the US, Sweden, or Uganda? Well, it's about Sweden. What country is west of Sweden? West is going to be to the left. So here's Sweden. We have a country, and that country is called Norway. And now it says, what body of water borders Sweden? And so if you look right here, it says the Baltic Sea. The Baltic Sea. All right, let's turn our page. And so what page is this about? Well, it's about Sweden. What is the capital city of Sweden? It's right here. It's very small, but it is Stockholm. What country was west of Sweden? We know that. That answer is Norway. What body of water borders Sweden? We know it's the Baltic Sea. What direction would you travel to go from Sweden, which is right here, to Denmark? Sweden to Denmark. We would travel south, west. And now, what are two countries east of Sweden? That means it's to the right. Well, we have Finland, and we have Russia. And that is it, guys. This is our last news to you for the year. Hope you guys learned some things. I hope you guys maintained yourselves busy. We've got one kind of fun last activity to do. We'll be working on that next week. I've got to print it out and mail it out to you guys. But other than that, hope you guys have a great summer. Take care of each other. Be good humans. Take care of yourselves, guys. Okay? Bye-bye. Hey, guys. One last thing. We have a lot of birthdays this month, so happy birthday to Leo. Happy birthday to Samantha Moore. Happy birthday to my mom, Max, my dad, and Miss Stevens. So enjoy your birthdays, guys. Bye-bye.